everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I've freed up a bit of space on my desk. I had been doing a lot of Christmas crafting. There hasn't been a lot of space, and I've had a bit of a tidy up. I've had a long weekend with both my children. They both came back for the weekend, kind of coincidentally, but that was very nice. And I finished my Christmas Secret Santa crafting, so I've got more time, more space, more energy. So yeah, I thought I'd start the week with a page in my napkin journal. Now I've got two signatures. This is the last double spread of the first signature. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these end pages, but I'll perhaps just do some single pages or something. Anyway, this is what I'm starting with, and this is the napkin I've pulled out. Let me show you. I thought it was quite nice. It was sort of wintry, but I'm not heading into Christmas yet, but kind of wintry. There's sort of snowy bits, and if that is snow, I don't know. And sort of Christmassy tree leaves and things. So I think I'm going to use it, but it is a little bit strange. If you look at it, it's obviously designed as a repeating pattern, or a continuous pattern. But that looks weird, because that's not a thing, is it? And the same goes for, I don't know, and this, where they sort of meld together. I'm finding it a little bit odd looking at it. So what I thought I'd do is cut some bits out and stick them. So I mean, that's obviously okay at the edge of the page. Not too sure about that top bit, but that's okay sort of down here. And this bit would be kind of okay over here. So I think what I might do is just cut some elements out and put them down, and then try and make a background and put some snow on it. And it's got some script writing, I see, and it's also got one of my favourite things in the whole wide world, a post cancellation stamp. So yes, I think I'll be doing that. So I think that's what I'll do. I'd like to just cut. I think I will cut that bit if I can find some scissors. I've just had them. Oh, I know where they are. To use these ones. So I'm going to cut this bit up here to begin with, and I don't know if I'm going to use that bit. Oh, I could use that. Cut it. There's enough of it. Let's cut that up there. I'm going to cut. Am I? What am I going to do? Just thinking. If that goes down the bottom here like that, how much do we need to go up? Half a thingy. And that's a bit weird, that bit. And I don't really want that bit either. Oh, it doesn't matter. I think I will get the bits that I want. I've got no water in here. Goodness me. Right, well, we'll put a little bit. That's dangerous. That is going to make... It's going to sort my... I'm going to put my napkin in there, aren't I? And then it's going to get all wet and nasty. I'm hoping that this will work. Perhaps could have. Let's see what happens there. Perhaps could have separated it first before I tried to tear it. I'm trying to keep as much of it I'm not sure what I'm doing with that bit, so I'm just going to do... I'll do that, I think. Right, so we need to separate these layers. We only want the top layer, neither of those. Out you come. There we go. Right, so let's get that in. So something along those lines. That's going to look a bit weird up there. So maybe I'll get rid of all the greenery off that bit. And I want... Oh. Let's keep that. What was I keeping? This bit here. Maybe keep that leaf there. I really don't know what I'm doing with this bit, so I think I will just sort of cut it off up there and see what happens. Right, let's put that to one side. I think I had better get rid of that water before I wreck everything. So I'm thinking that kind of could go down there. That fills that bit fairly okay. And we've got a bit of a void in the middle, but we could do something with that. Yep. Right, that will do us. So let's get my dirty old jam jar and put some of this water in it, just because I'm lazy. That will do. And I need a brush. That one will do. Okay. Perhaps I should have kept something between those, but we will see. Pop that under there for now. Got a bit of curling of my page here, which is not ideal. Come on down. That will. Let's see how we're doing with that. Oh, my paintbrush is falling apart. It's losing bits. Not too worried about the edge because I'm sure I'll go around it with something. Oops, there's a bit of a wrinkle going on there, but I'm not going to worry about that. Right, let's just get this down. There we go. Oops, sorry, just whacked you with my brush. Oops, I'm ripping that. Not good. Being a bit rough with it. Let's put a little bit of that in the corner, and then we'll get that other bit on and let it dry. On you go. Something like that. Not the best brush. I can't find my brushes. I think my daughter was using them at the weekend and they've not made it back into the craft room. So I'm using this whole thing, which tends to get used for all the nasty jobs like varnish that needs to be washed with a solvent, that kind of thing. Right, let's see what we're doing with that. I don't know if I want to add anything in there. Let's have a look at the napkin and see what there is. And we could go for another one of those. We could perhaps put another pine cone in, like that. Maybe I'll do that. Let's just rip out a pine cone and see. both of those. Oopsie, come here. What I don't want is that square edge, if I can get around it, because it'll be easy to blend without. We could have something maybe like that. I'm not going to overthink this, so I'm just going to glue it on and hope that we can meld the three things together. Stick that over the spine. Right, I think that will do. I'm going to let that dry and then I'll be back. Right, I'm back and I've this is dry more or less, and I've just trimmed where we had a bit of excess. Now I've somehow got to match this colour. I don't really know what I'm going to do with that. I've got some paint. Let's just put that there. It's a kind of very pale green. There are lots of lines with green, and I don't think I'm going to be able to, I'm not going to match this perfectly, so I'm going to not worry too much about it. And I'm just going to have a go, see what happens. Gosh, don't watch D, I'm getting rid of a glue gloppy there. Alright, so I don't know if we'll need any of the colour yet or not. I don't really know what I'm doing, so I'm just, that green is too, not the right colour, too bright. I don't know if I've got anything that is darker. I'm just going to fiddle around with this and see what I can do with it. I think really we need mainly white. Right, that is not the right green for a start. What could I add to that? I don't really know. I don't think this is going to help. Right, bear with me. That's not going terribly well either. Right, might have to live with this, or just have a fiddle over here. I'm just mixing up. Well, let's have a look. It just look like it's this kind of shade of green, but maybe it needs to be darker. Let's see if I can do something with that. I think I need a dark, I need to get something else, maybe a bit of brown. Ah, maybe that's helping a little. It's a little bit better. Definitely better. Try not to. Right, we're getting there. It's the brown we needed. Oh, that's almost the right colour there. more white in it, so you can get there in the end. Hopefully I can sort this bit out as well in a minute. Happier with this anyway. Probably needs a little bit more white, but too much. It really is like a, should be a little bit less rough with this as well, because we do want to see some of this napkin. Where else did I go over? Just here. That was the panic setting in, because I hadn't got the right colour. Yeah, not too shabby now. I was having a panic, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to just use this down here first. Cover up the hideous green that we did. I did. That won't involve you, it was none of your faults. This is definitely a better green. Right, we're running out though, so I'm going to have to make some more. That's quite dark. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. I literally am just messing around with paint. I need to remove the stuff that I put on there. That's better. I don't mind if we get a bit more brown in there either. Could do with a small brush. Get in there a bit. I still think it needs more brown in it. I think it's a lot browner than it is green. I think my brain interprets this colour as green, but I don't actually think it is. Just dirty it up a little bit. Right, I might have to make some more paint up because I'm going through it. Where's that brown gone? Nope. What did I do with the brown? Put it back, that's what I did. Stick my hand right in it. Right, it looks a bit better when there's no white there anyway. I think I might have to do something with that. Bear with me because my soup needs to be turned off. Right. Yeah, the Monday morning vat of soup has finished cooking. I tend to make some on a Monday and it sort of keeps going for the majority of the week for us. Right, that looks a bit better. Don't really like this bit here. I'm hoping that I can blend this a bit better because it is looking a bit ropey. Oh, we are going to put some things on top of it and we are going to add some snow and whatnot. still think it looks a bit not brown enough up here. I suppose I could always add some distress ink or something to it, couldn't I? I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but it's sort of, she says, blending in. It's just, I'm going to loosen up a little bit of this paint here and see if I can just sort of meld it in a bit. Don't think this is going to be one of my better pages, but we'll have to see. Right, I can't see what that looks like. It looks a bit rough at the top here. The light's shining on it in a funny way, so it doesn't look too great. That's my excuse anyway. Right, I think I might leave this and see what I can do with this bit in here. I'll tell you what we do need to do. Let's just stick something down here so that doesn't look quite so bare. Pretty certain I'll come around with something at the end, but it's annoying me. Right, let's leave that for now. Right, not awfully keen on this bit here, so I've just got some white and a tiny amount of brown, and I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm just going to maybe try and blend it a little bit, and maybe add a bit here around the edges. Awfully keen, I'm not really keen on that bit now, but it's sort of lighter here. I could do with a bit of water here. I don't really know what I'm doing. I just didn't like the way that it just was like pale here and then it went straight into the green, and I don't know. I've got a feeling I could be here for days just going backwards and forwards. I don't know if this is helping or not, to be quite honest. That is not looking great. Sure, I like that. I'm going to just see if I can remove any of it with the baby wipe, particularly this bit here. I don't want to keep it going back and in and out with. I think I'm going to have to put up with this. Maybe what we'll do is just lighten it up a bit everywhere with a bit of this. Maybe it'll look better. That's a bit white, and that's a bit dark. Okay, maybe it'll look better actually with a less homogeneous background. Not doing very well. This is the panic setting in. Okay. What I'm actually doing is rubbing in a really watered down white and tiny amount of brown mixed in that I've got on here, and then kind of moving it around with a baby wipe. Let's just have a little bit up there, like that. Kind of prefer it not looking too homogeneous and the greeny. Right, I think I'm going to stop fiddling with that because I am just going to do it forever and ever otherwise, so I'm going to leave that. Paint is dry, more or less, and I've pulled out, I've got frayed burlap and vintage photo distress ink, and I've got Memento in bamboo leaves and pistachio. I have no idea, I've not used the pistachio before. I don't know whether or not any of it will be, whether or not you'll see it on here at all. So let's see, I'm just putting some on. Oh yes, you do. So what I might do is just put a little random stamping on there. Don't want any more. Might do across there. I wonder, bamboo leaves, I bet that's quite bright. Right, I've got a kind of, let me just see what that's like. Might be able to live with that. It's just a crackle type texture. And I might just add it where I want to disguise some things, like there. Just going to add a little bit of that. Maybe I should dry that before I do anything else. Let me just dry it. I'm a bit worried about this because it looks shiny and I don't think it is coming off, but I've dried it with the heat tool. That is maybe a bit, I don't know if it takes a long time to dry on acrylic paint. Perhaps I should have put some matte medium on it or something first. Anyway, I'm going to see. Let's just stick, yeah, that's not too bad. So I've gone with the frayed burlap in the end, not the vintage photo. I'm just going to put my postage stamp on. I have got a different one, so I could perhaps swap to another one so it's not all the same. What should we have? Have the little one? Yes. Can't get in there. That's fine, doesn't need to be a full impression. I don't really know why I'm going quite so mad with these, except as you know I love them, so I just can't stop now. Put a bit on there. No more, stop there I think. Right, I think we need some snow on there. I think I'd better let that dry first. Let me have a go at drying it again, and I'll get some snow organised. Okay, here we go. I have, this is the bit that I ripped right at the beginning, and I'm not going to do anything with that because it just looks like all the other bits on there. So I'm not going to worry too much about that, and I am just going to add some more water because it doesn't seem to have enough. Not sure if this brush will work, we'll see. I want some sort of small drops. I'm not too fussed if we get large ones, but kind of looking for I've got snow fatigue again. It's harder than it looks, you know. My finger hurts. Come on. I think this is going to end up being it. I can't say I'm that pleased with this one. It's okay, but it's not my finest work. Maybe I rushed it at the beginning. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. I think I'm going to let it dry, and then I will go round it with some frayed burlap or vintage photo, whichever. Probably frayed burlap. I could probably do with one of the darker ones. I don't know what they're called. Something walnut or something, or I don't know, espresso, something like that. I think I need something darker than what I've got, but I'll see. I'll let it dry anyway, and I'll do that, and then I'll just show you at the end, perhaps with a picture. Anyway, that's what I have created. Well, I ended up going round the outside in frayed burlap, and then I went round it in vintage photo, and I still wasn't happy, so I've gone round it again with a little bit of black soot, and I'm happier with that. Not my finest work, I would say, but actually I don't hate it now either, but I was a little bit worried. I will say I can take you in a little bit if you want to see all my flaws. There we go. But it's not terrible, and it's, you know, it's a learning thing, isn't it? Everything that you do. I think I went in too soon with the green. I think I could have done better with that, but anyway, I'm not going to complain. It is what it is, and I've enjoyed doing it. I'm not 100% sure that is going to dry. Nope. So I think I'm just going to leave that open for as long as possible and see what happens with that. I wonder actually if I got something. I could just, it's still not coming off on there. Tiny amount. Yeah. Mop it up a bit. Anyway, it's had a good blast with the heat tool, but it's still feeling a bit sticky. So I shall leave that open and see what happens with it. So I've got this page at the back to do and this page at the front to do, and then that'll be my first signature. I actually quite like this one. I quite like it actually. I do quite like it. It's growing on me. Anyway, I'm sure I'll be back with something in the future. In the meantime, take care. Hope you enjoyed that, and see you soon. Bye for now.